After moving to Girona from the United States and not doing a single interval workout in 6 months, I needed to improve my functional threshold power, or FTP. Because all I have been doing since arriving here is sleeping in, going on coffee rides, and eating way too many pastries and gaining way too much weight. I had targeted Sea Otter Europe before I moved here, and I didn't want to bail on this event. Personally, I considered it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because who knows how long I'll be able to live in Girona, so I needed to take advantage of it. The problem is I didn't have any fitness. So after my last week of freedom, I went ahead and I got a fitness assessment done to see where I was at. And after completing this test, I was able to find my baseline threshold, which was 315 watts. But this is where it kind of got scary. I trusted this test, of course, but when I got home, I went ahead and checked on Trainer Road for fun to see where the AI algorithm would put my FTP at, and it turns out that it guessed pretty accurately at 316 watts. Personally, for me, I had never been scared by AI, but this was kind of like, whoa, this stuff really works. But there wasn't really enough time to dwell on that because I needed to get to work. There was only 7 weeks left until Sea Otter was here. The last thing I wanted to do was show up out of shape and waste my money. After looking at the parkour and the amount of climbing that I would be doing, my goal was to finish the course in under 3 hours. To accomplish that, I was going to need to increase my threshold power as much as I could within the time frame that I had left, because that's the zone that I wanted to stay in on each climb of this course. I knew that if I could get over these climbs in a decent time, I could stay with the larger group on the flats or even ride solo at tempo to keep a decent pace to achieve my goal. With this goal in mind, the training plan that I went ahead and chose was the Gran Fondo plan. I thought this would be great for me because I wanted to improve my threshold power, and this plan put me at about 3 to 4 workouts per week, and they incorporated either a couple threshold workouts with a sweet spot workout tapped on, or 2 sweet spot workouts with a threshold workout tapped on. After just 2 weeks of doing this plan, I could definitely feel the fitness coming on in the legs. The problem is I could also feel fatigue and burnout starting to creep in. And if you've been burned out before, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. In my 3rd week of training, I missed 1 workout due to the fatigue, but I was able to bounce back the following week and complete all my scheduled training. But in the 5th week, I missed another workout, and in the 6th week, everything just fell apart, and I decided to end my training early due to burnout. In that week alone, I missed 2 threshold workouts and 1 sweet spot workout. This decision definitely set off some panic within me because Sea Otter was the following week, and I started thinking, did I just waste 6 weeks of my life for nothing? I decided to finish the last week of training just doing easy, simple rides to let my body adapt to the stress that had just been through. Believe it or not, Trainer Road still had 2 threshold workouts assigned to me in that final week leading up to my race. So in total, I missed 5 intensity days just before the biggest event in the second half of my year. I showed up the morning of the Sea Otter Europe event, kind of nervous because I didn't know where my fitness was at. As expected, the race was super tough but fun. And during this ride, I was even able to set 4 all-time PRs. The next day, I decided to check my AI FTP detection again since it had been 7 weeks, and Trainer Road put me at 321 watts. Overall, this training block was able to boost my FTP by 6 watts. So was it effective in helping me achieve my goals? Yes. So if you're at home and you're looking to improve your FTP, I highly recommend that you look at threshold and sweet spot training and focus on that. However, first you need to make sure that threshold training is something that you need to be focusing on. If you're a crit racer or a track racer, I don't think it's as important to just hyper focus on threshold training. The second thing I want to mention is you need to find the correct amount of threshold training that's right for you. From my experience with this training plan, it's obvious that I was completely overtrained. If you don't have years of training, then you may not be able to identify that within yourself and just try to push through workouts more and more when you really should be drawing it back and resting. If you do this, you can find yourself in a deep hole that may take weeks or months to get out of. I knew I was overtrained, and dialing it back and giving my body time to recover and adapt to the training stress that I just put it through ultimately contributed to me still improving my fitness level. If you're watching this video and you've done a lot of threshold training, how do you approach it? Leave a comment below and help others who are new to this form of workouts. And I'll see you in the next video.